Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Tech Creators, and today in this video we are going to see how web works behind a simple query. What are the things which happen? So this will be a basically web 101 class. Yeah, if you are interested in content related to web development, software development, productivity, AI, and startup entrepreneurship, productivity, so do subscribe to my YouTube channel Tech Creators, as I will be putting more and more content related to this, and I think this content will be useful for you to learn something new. So now let's get to the video. Is database. So we have database. So the backend remains in the database contact, and database stores all the data. So it stores all the data. So we can do CRUD operations, that is for example add some images, or see, that is read some images, that is fetch some images and update some images. We can like put out new versions of it to update, and we can delete the image from our database. So these are some of the services which are provided by database. Database are also of two types. First one is SQL database. The second one is no SQL database. SQL stands for structured query language. NoSQL stands for not only structured query language. In this comes MySQL, Oracle, and in here comes the most famous one is MongoDB. So you can like go through them if you want, if you're interested into database. And after that we have in our diagram is caching service. Caching service is useful for fetching the data quickly. For example, there is some query which needs a large amount of data to be processed. So for that, we can process it one time and keep its result in the caching services. Whenever the same query comes in again, we can just serve that result from there, and we will not have to process that request again. So for that we need caching service. So the queries which are like more processing intensive, we do them only once and we store their results and we serve those results again and again. So for that, caching service is important. So it also provides searching time of Vigo of 1, that is very fast searching. So whatever the processes which are more CPU expensive, we store their results in cache to serve them faster. So that is what caching services are useful for. Now let's move to job queue. So for example, there are more work for a website to, instead of just like, although there is a query of user, they also need to do some more work. For example, Google needs to index the whole internet while responding to the user's queries. So they do all of that asynchronously, that is, they keep indexing the internet, and along with that they also keep executing your queries and respond to your queries. So they do both asynchronously, and that job of indexing all of the things is kept in the job queue. So that is mean that job queue stores the list of jobs that is need to be done asynchronously. Since it's a queue, so it will have a first in first out, that is FIFO queue. So although there can be a priority queue or FIFO queue, but most of them use FIFO, and some of them also use for priority queue to implement their job queue system. So for example, if a website like Unsplash has a job queue, so they can use priority job queue to send time bounded services. For example, when you want to set reset password, so it is a time bound process where you need to send the email to the user. So it should have some some kind of priority, right? So for that you can implement priority queue. Or Unsplash also has some work of, for example, encoding and decoding the images and videos. So it can also be done by job queue. Tagging the images or tagging CSVs, creating CSVs, creating metadata for a image, aggregating user statistics. So this is all the work that is done by job queues. So I can write it here. It has two kind of FIFO and priority queue. So priority queue, for example, time-bound process like sending reset email, password reset email ASAP. We don't want it to get into the line and reach user later. After that, we have P4, for example, we want to encode images, videos, creating metadata of CSV, aggregating users, statistics, etc. So these are all the jobs which may be available in the job queue and the job server. So here, this guy has the job of clearing all the jobs, doing all the jobs which are available in the job queue. And if there is a job available in job queue, it will fetch that, it will just pop that job from the queue and it will work on it, it will complete it. And again, if there is a job available, it will do that job. So that is the work of job server. See what is the next thing in our diagram. It is full text search service. So most of the applications like Unsplash provide a box where you can type your query. So from that query, they search the relevant result for you. So they do some kind of inverted indexing where, for example, you have typed and they have got the keyword like man, ocean. So these kind of keywords are there in your query. So they will just create a inverted index of it, for example ocean, and this is the keyword and this is image number. So ocean is in, for example, their image 1, their image 5, their image 7, and man is in their image 2, their image 5, their image 10. Okay, so this is what the inverted indexing means. So whenever you will call this whenever you will type this kind of keywords, they will just go to their full text search service and they will fetch these images and show you the result quickly. So this is how full text search service works, although you can just implement and go and search in the database easily, but this is more faster, okay, as compared to searching in the database for those keywords. This is more faster. And some of the examples of it is Elasticsearch or Sphinx. Okay. Now the next thing in our diagram comes is services. The services can be many. So for example, they can services, no? We can have many different kind of service. For example, account service where they can like store all the data of an account of user, data of a user from different sites, from their own different sites. For example, Unsplash has Unsplash and other of some of them, some more sites similar to their main one, so they can store account services, they can create account services and store users data for, and this will help them to cross sell and upsell things, more images, for example, in this case. So this is what account services are useful for. So it will also create a unified user experience. After that, we have Firehose, data warehouse, cloud storage, and CDN. So we also have data Firehose. So Firehose is what does is whenever we go to any site and we do some kind of action like clicking on an image and liking an image or downloading an image, it keeps all that raw data and processes that data and sends that data to the cloud server. So this is what a Firehose does. Okay. And AWS, Kinesis, and Kafka are some of the famous technologies to do this kind of work. And again, we have cloud storage. So in cloud storage, we store all the data. So in cloud storage, you can store any kind of data. Access, you can access them from anywhere over the internet, and you can access the data with the help of REST RESTful API. You can keep any kind of data, example, images, video, text, audio, CSS, or JavaScript, anything. Any kind of data you can store on the cloud storage. And some of the famous cloud storage are AWS, Google Cloud Storage, Microsoft Azure. So these are some of the famous cloud storage platform. Now we have last one, that is CDN, Content Delivery Network. So here the CDN stands for Content Delivery Network, and they provide an easy way, a faster way to access the data. For example, someone from India make a request in the US, so many kilometers away, thousands of kilometers away. They can like create a request to US, and but it will take too long for request to cross the ocean and go to US, then fetch the data again. So what it can do is, instead of so what cloud storage does is they create replicate the data in many different countries around the world, and whenever someone from here, let's say here, tries to get that data from the cloud, it redirects it to, it fetches the data from its nearest data center where that kind of data is stored, and that's how they reduce the time of getting the data. So in this example, let's say India, so the data can be stored, for example, US, India, Middle East, for example, Saudi Arabia or Dubai. So data can be stored in Dubai or AWS. So India can fetch data from the Dubai directly. That's simple as compared to going to till USA. That is fast. So that is what CDN does. It serves our HTML, CSS, JavaScript, images, and other content to the user. So that is how our web works. So this is what happens behind your request on over the web. So I hope you like this video. If you like this video, do share, comment, and subscribe. If you like content related to entrepreneurship, web development, startup, AI, and productivity, do subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tech Creators. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.